Hey guys, it's Kim Bowen with The Marriage Place. I wrote a blog earlier this week on quiet crisis. Some of you may be wondering what that is. A quiet crisis in a marriage is that building of resentment um, that creates distance and detachment in a relationship. So think about it like it's pretty much when you hear or feel for your spouse like you love them, but you're not in love with them anymore. So you might not be able to pinpoint exactly what it is about your spouse that is causing you so much unhappiness or distress. And so I'm seeing this a lot more in therapy the longer that I do this, especially lately. Must be something in the water, but it's not an affair. It's not any kind of abuse or addiction issues. It's just two people who start to question whether this is the best marriage for them, or one person in the marriage that questions if this is the right person, and if they settled when they married, if they could find someone who is more compatible or more passionate or more able to meet their needs. And this is quite a sensitive topic for me personally because I was in that situation. My husband hadn't done anything that warranted necessarily my wanting to detach from him. It was just accumulation. I called it a death of a marriage by 1,000 paper cuts. It was just one disappointment, unmet expectation at a time. And they just kept building up. And so those are really hard to overcome. And those are the marriages, though, guys, that when I think about the marriages that can and should be saved, they're usually definitely the ones that fall in those categories. People like to talk about falling in and out of love and putting so much emphasis on how you feel about your spouse. And I want to tell you that you've heard me say it many times, feelings come and go. And if you want to stay married, if you want to be in a marriage long term, then you're going to have to come to this decision from a thinking place more than a feeling place, and a choosing place, as we've talked about in another video, feelers and choosers. And to help you do that, I think it's going to be important for you to understand what your feelings are and what is possibly triggering them or causing you to, start to detach and build up resentment. One of the things that I suggest is getting a feelings journal, and each day write down how you're feeling about your marriage and about your spouse. And even if it's negative or positive, write it down and maybe even rank the degree of feeling. So some days my husband might be on my nerves on a scale of 1 to 10, a 2. And some days it's a 10. And if it's that high, I'm usually going to be able to know why. There's a trigger. He forgot to pick up the kids, and I made up that he doesn't care about what that does to my schedule, and that he's being selfish and self-absorbed. Or maybe I just am seeing so much old behavior that's not changing, and I'm just losing hope. And so if you'll monitor this feelings journal over a period of a few weeks or months, it's going to be able to tell you what some of the root is to some of your frustrations and help you maybe get a handle on this and understand that these feelings do come and go. They are going up and down, but also help you see why, what's going on in your life that is causing some of these reactions. Really helpful information for you. The other thing that I think is helpful, Gottman talks about, John Gottman's researcher in marriage and family therapy, and he talks a lot about negative sentiment override. This is a thing, this is a real thing. Once you start down the negative spiral of all the things your spouse is or isn't, it builds momentum. And that snowball gets bigger and bigger. And then pretty soon you can't see anything but the negativity. And so I suggest that you start a list of all the things about your spouse that you do appreciate, even on the days you don't like them very much. You know, what are they doing well and what are they doing right? I think catching your spouse doing things right is a big part of the journey of healing in this. So keep your journal, start monitoring your mood swings and your thoughts about this. That's the first step. And second step is start the gratitude list of the things that you appreciate. And I think you're going to notice some interesting patterns. So we have linked to the blog post below. Go ahead and click that and you'll get some more information. I'm hoping we open up some dialogue about this and you guys let me know what you think. If you do the journal, check in, let us know what you've discovered, you know, what you found out about yourself. I think that would be great. For those of you, and I just want to add this last thing, for those of you who think you want out of your marriage because you don't love your spouse anymore, I want you to ask yourself a question. Do you want to want to? Do you want to want to? If that answer is yes, then there is a lot of hope for you and for your relationship. You just have to get the right help. And if that answer is no, then there might be some work there for discernment to help you understand what got you to this point and to see if maybe it really is time to walk out of your marriage. So anyway, that's what I have to offer you today. I hope that you found this helpful. Please remember that we can work with you guys anywhere. Just give us a call. We've got coaches and counselors. We're actually in Dallas, Texas, but we work with people all over the world. We've got clients all over the world. So give us a call and we will do our best to get you hooked up right away. You guys have a great evening or great day and catch you next time. Bye.